Welcome guys to the Babenko MMA channel. The first UFC this year happened, and today we'll speak not about its main event, however, instead we'll speak about the upcoming fight of Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane for the UFC heavyweight title that was announced today, and also we'll cover Leonard Edwards defending his title versus Kamaru Usman, and just a little bit about Gaethje fighting Rafael Fiziev. In my opinion, the most exciting thing that I've heard today was not the fight itself, however, it was the announcement that Jon Jones returns. And actually, I'm really excited about this fight. Talking about my predictions right now, to be honest, I don't know what will happen since we haven't seen Jon Jones as a heavyweight yet. And to be honest, we haven't seen him for around 3 years. For this reason, I don't know in which shape he is. However, Henry Cejudo, his part-time coach, claims that Jon Jones is in the best shape ever. Maybe that's the truth. To be honest, Jon Jones is a very skilled fighter. I don't know how he will behave in the heavyweight. However, in my personal opinion, he will have advantage in strength and power, because Ciryl Gane, in spite of being a real heavyweight, he's not very powerful. And the same thing happened with Imavov today. He was not powerful enough to fight Strickland. So I think that actually in the stance, I don't know how they will behave. In pure stance, of course, Ciryl Gane will have advantage. However, in MMA stance, we'll see. Definitely Jon Jones hasn't the best boxing, however, he has good kicks and great wrestling, and in terms of wrestling, he will definitely beat Ciryl Gane. So I'm very excited about this fight, and what does it mean for instance, Ngannou? It means that in the moment when Jon Jones enters the cage to fight Ciryl Gane, Francis Ngannou will be stripped of the title. This is what happens. Does it mean that he had his contract ended with the UFC? Well, maybe. Right now we don't know it. However, we know that this year his contract with the UFC ends, and he hasn't re-signed it yet, as far as I know. It is reported that he has not done it yet, and I don't know whether he will do this. Maybe he decides to go to PFL to fight in this new super fight league. Maybe. Really, I don't know. UFC has been suffering with Francis Ngannou a lot, and they've been trying to persuade him to stay in the UFC. However, as far as I understood, he decided not to choose this option, and he still wants to leave. We'll see. We'll see what happens next to him. And anyway, I want to see the fight of Jon Jones, because I've been waiting for this for a lot of time, and this is definitely I'm really waiting for. The second fight is Leonard Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. In my opinion, this fight is actually the third, not the second fight, since firstly they fought when they were young, just after having entered the UFC, and then Kamaru Usman won. In their second fight for the title, Kamaru was winning, like, first round won Edwards. However, all the other rounds were taken by Kamaru Usman for certain. And at the very end of the fight, Leonard Edwards was able to knock Kamaru Usman out. And this, in my opinion, was the most unanticipated event. I mean, not event, but unanticipated moment in the UFC, because it was completely unpredictable that Leonard Edwards wins this fight with a left high kick. And talking about what happens in this fight, well, we'll see. Kamaru had his hand injured. However, Ali Abdelaziz reported that he has recovered and now he's able to fight again. So we'll see. It will be an interesting fight. And the third fight for today is Gaethje versus Fiziev. Fiziev informed us earlier that UFC wants to make this fight. However, Gaethje was not really willing to accept it. I think still this is a good fight for both of the fighters, since Gaethje lost his title fight, and now he needs time to recover. I mean, he wants to fight for the title for the third time, and I think that the fight against Fiziev is a good fight for him, because Fiziev is, as far as I remember, on the 7th place in the ranks, so that's pretty high. And still, it's better to fight Fiziev than, for instance, to fight someone like Gamrot. Definitely, since Fiziev will fight in the stance, and we'll see what happens, really. I think both of fighters have good chances. and this is, at one hand, a good chance for Justin Gaethje to return, and for Fiziev, it's nice that he's not fighting a wrestler. I mean, Justin Gaethje is a wrestler, however, he's not using his wrestling a lot, and for this reason, I don't really think that all Justin Gaethje would try to wrestle with Fiziev. But what will Justin Gaethje, that will be fighting in that fight, do? I don't know. Maybe he will wrestle. Anyway, I want to see this fight happen, and I'm really happy that it was announced. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe to Team Babenko MMA channel. Sorry for not making a video about the main event, about Strickland and Imavov. I send all my congratulations to Sean Strickland. It was a great fight for him, a nice pressure, and he really showed that he deserves his place in the UFC, in the ranks. Congratulations to him. However, I decided that I'm more excited to tell you about John Jones coming back. So, sorry guys, not today. Thank you once again for watching this video. Subscribe to Team Babenko MMA channel, like our videos, and watch our striking tutorials that I posted a lot on this channel, so you have something to watch. Thank you.